If you've ever struggled with interstitial cystitis, this video is for you. I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks for dealing with this condition. It's an autoimmune condition in nature, and recently my mom became diagnosed with this, and I helped her so much within 24 hours. So stay tuned for all my natural remedies. Just remember, everything in this video is my opinion, and always talk to your doctor. These are just natural remedies that work for my family, but consult your family doctor about any changes you make to your health. Definitely the first thing I would recommend is a carnivore diet. I've been on a carnivore diet for 6 years, and it's helped me with all of my autoimmune issues. It's helped me with my mood, energy, joint pain, and digestion. It's also helped me get my autoimmune Hashimoto's disease into remission. So definitely, if you have not done a carnivore diet, do it for 30 days. Get my ebook. It's down in the description box. It is the 30-day carnivore diet challenge. It's amazing. I'll put the cover right here, and it has meal plan, shopping list, and so much more. And there is one supplement that helped my mom so quickly, and within 24 hours, she was symptom-free. So do not struggle for years and years. My mom does not follow a carnivore diet, but she does eat mostly keto. I notice her breath a lot of times she's in ketosis, and so I definitely think that helps her with not being as sick as many other people her age. She is 75 almost, and so she's 74 right now, I think, but soon to be 75. And she is in great health. She has almost no medications. She is just amazing. And she is a go, go, go kind of person. So this really sidelined her. So I'll tell you a little bit more of her story. She was just kind of hanging out, doing her normal things, and all of a sudden she has this horrible bladder pain. She thought it was like a prolapse or something like that, and she was going to go to a urologist. She had to wait because she had like a specialist, and she had to get a referral and all that. But when she went there, she got kind of overwhelmed because they gave her all this information and she didn't really know what to do first. But they did find out it was not a structural issue. They told her she had interstitial cystitis, which is something that feels like a UTI, but it doesn't ever go away. So she was really scared that she was going to be in pain and not be able to do the things she likes. She loves to walk. Sometimes she plays pickleball. She goes to church. She likes gardening. So many activities, and she was really afraid that it was going to affect her ability to just live a normal life. But it would almost be better if it was something surgical, because then she could just do the surgery and go back to whatever she was doing. And this is kind of a chronic thing. So I was kind of scared too, because she's not good with like a lot of intricate diet changes and stuff. So I was just afraid she might be kind of overwhelmed and not able to stick with something if it was too complicated. So they told her to avoid like acidic foods. So definitely avoiding tea. That's something she was drinking, like Earl Grey tea every single day. And that is something that has oxalic acid, also known as oxalates. So she cut the tea right away first thing, and that helped a lot. So definitely if you're eating something with oxalates, try to stop, especially if you're eating it on a daily basis. That's something like peanut butter is a big one, spinach. You can Google for all the oxalate foods, but you can also watch my video with Sally Norton. There's a big connection with interstitial cystitis and oxalates. So you can get her book, Toxic Superfoods, definitely beets, figs, kiwi, a lot of kind of random foods, but definitely avoid spinach and peanut butter, big ones. Sweet potatoes, unfortunately, a big one, turnip greens, that kind of stuff. So almonds, big one. So if you're doing a lot of almond milks and things like that, definitely avoid that if you have interstitial cystitis, because the oxalates are kind of like crystals and your body tries to encapsulate them, and it can cause a lot of problems in your body because your body's trying to kind of sequester that toxin away from the rest of your body. So definitely, I've interviewed a lot of people about oxalates, and there's a big connection. So definitely stop that if you can, or wean off those oxalate intensive foods. Another thing that we talked to my mom's, a different doctor. Later we went to a different doctor. Once we knew it was interstitial cystitis, it was the histamines. So histamines are in preserved foods, especially meats. Definitely avoid histamines if you can. So histamines are found in smoked meats, preserved foods like wine, brie cheese that is very high in histamines, aged meats that are sitting like in a cooler freezer for a long time, leftovers. So if you have something in the crock pot, then you leave it in the fridge. Those are increasing in histamines every single day. So there is a histamine connection. And if you have a hard time detoxing from histamines and oxalates, there's a connection there as well. I don't fully understand it, but I'm just telling you, reduce your histamines. My mom had a run-in with histamines a few years ago where she reacted very poorly to wine, smoked meat, and brie all in one weekend. So that gave us a clue that she is also histamine intolerant. So definitely back off the histamines and you will find some relief. So even if you're doing a carnivore diet, it can be high in histamines because maybe you have aged meats, preserved meats, lunch meats. So try to eat as much fresh meat as you can, and watch out for meats that are preserved and smoked. I just want to talk again about the L-arginine. It is an amino acid. I watched a Dr. Berg video, and she immediately started taking L-arginine. It's L-arginine. I'll put it on the screen here. It is an amazing supplement. Within 24 hours, she felt so much better, and she's been taking it ever since. It's a very affordable supplement to take, and I mean, I don't know if it was that, but it worked really fast. So definitely try it. It's really cheap. It's like 20 bucks, and it will last you a long time. So definitely try that right away because you don't want to be in pain. I mean, have you ever had a UTI? Let me know down in the comments. And you know that you want to get that pain away as fast as possible. You can take something like Azo Standard or something that might help for a temporary, but we don't want a Band-Aid. We want to find the root cause, and the root cause of interstitial cystitis is always inflammation. So we have to reduce the inflammation and figure out ways to find that. So definitely reduce your inflammatory foods, such as soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, sugar, grains, corn, rice. All those things break down into sugar. And if you have a high sugar diet, you are going to have problems with your gut flora, your microbiome, and that can also affect it. You could try doing a femdopolis, gerofemdopolis. A lot of people with urinary tract issues have a very poor gut flora, so you want to introduce good bacteria. But I'm not somebody who just pushes a million supplements. I want you to get to the root cause. So you have to remove those high carb foods in order. I used to struggle for years with UTIs, and once I went really low carb and carnivore and keto, I stopped having the UTIs. So that's definitely a factor. So definitely work on that. Another thing my mom loves is coffee, and I don't know if it's affecting her bladder issues, but she definitely avoids coffee now. So definitely, if you are having this and you're in pain, quit the coffee, at least for a little while, and then you can add it back if you want and see if that was part of the problem. It could be an irritant, so anything irritating. Also, tomatoes could be a nightshade. There's a list. If you are diagnosed with this, they're going to give you a list. And I think you just have to try out the foods that they say, but it can be super overwhelming. So I would most likely, first things first, get to a more meat-based diet, cut out those oxalates, and then you could try maybe some of the other foods they talk about. And one of the last things I'm going to mention is doing pelvic floor therapy. Some people have a lot of weakness in their pelvic floor, especially after having kids. I think this condition is more common in women, so definitely go for some pelvic floor therapy. A lot of times it's covered by your insurance. You could also just Google and do some exercise on YouTube videos that you see for strengthening your pelvic floor. A lot of things like squats, lunges, butt lifts, that kind of stuff is going to help with strengthening your pelvic floor, which is the muscles that hold your bladder in place. And so sometimes that can help in combination with some diet changes. Like, it's not the only thing, but in combination with some elimination diet stuff, you might find some relief with pelvic floor therapy. So anyway, it's been a few weeks and my mom is doing amazing. She's doesn't have any pain. And, you know, sometimes I just joke that I am kind of a detective for these kinds of things. So sometimes it's fun, a challenge to try to help people, especially if they're willing in your family to deal with these issues and try different strategies. So my mom's doing great and she's very thankful. She even went back to her urologist, told her about the Sally Norton book, told her about the L-arginine. And, you know, she did, like I said, she cut out the tea, coffee. She doesn't eat tomatoes. And she's finding just so much relief. She was already avoiding the histamine foods, so that wasn't much of a new thing for her. She'd been doing that. Avoiding the histamines, avoiding the oxalates. She's much more aware about oxalates now, and she's just feeling so much better. And so hopefully she found enough of the causes to keep it kind of, the way an autoimmune disease works is it's always kind of there, latent in the background. And then as long as you kind of take care of yourself and rest and not do crazy exercise and just not get too stressed out and sleep well and all those things, drink water, stay really hydrated, then you will probably be okay. But if any of those things get out of balance and you get super stressed out, then it can like flare back up. So hopefully she is in a remission phase, and I just wanted to share this in case anyone else out there is struggling with interstitial cystitis. And leave a comment down below if you've had this or if you know anyone who's had it and what helped them. So please share with a friend, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.